Hello, and welcome to Technocracy Zero Sum. We're doing this intro again because it didn't go live. But here we are, episode 6, Behind the Stars. I'm doing great tonight. How are you all doing?
Doing
Doing
wonderful.
Good.
Good.
Had a great morning, early afternoon,
Yeah.
I guess, with Arcos, and now excited for Technocracy because Mage is
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, how'd Arcos go? I was gonna watch and then I took a nap instead.
You know what? Good. You know, it's a good choice. It's a good
Fair,
choice.
yeah.
Like naps are good.
Naps are great.
Arcos was really fun though.
Yeah, Arcos was really fun.
We
It
released the
ended with a
Kraken.
really cool. Yeah. Well, I didn't know if we're gonna spoil that. but
Release
sure.
the Kraken! I'm the Kraken.
They were crack-a-lacking.
It was
Crack-a-lackin'.
crack-a-lackin' until the end. Then it was not
Nice.
lacking.
All right.
Kraken.
Well,
Exactly.
As you can all see, Christina's not with us tonight. She had other plans and forgot that Technocracy is this weekend, but that's fine because I can just cause chaos and terror with these three and inflict some on her later. That'll be great.
Nice.
But let's do introductions. So I'm Jen, I'm your storyteller, and I use she, her pronouns. And I will be playing all of the NPCs. And Kelly.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly. I use he and him, and so does Nolan Westcroft, who I will be playing tonight. Nolan is a perfectly normal, functioning member of society who does not have any deep-seated psychological issues.
None whatsoever. And since we'll skip Christine, down to Amy.
Oh, that would be me. Hi, I am Amy. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns. And I am playing Heather, what's their last name? Anderson. There we go. The Earth Frontier Division Void Engineer, who is definitely also a functioning member of society and is not a weird space mechanic at all.
Fantastic. And over to Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing Tegan Warner, our totally just straight 100% human flesh person who is part of Iteration X biomechanics. She's just a normal human with normal human parts and is not just kind of messed up in the head a little bit. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Finger guns. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. She actually
Indeed.
does have.
Everyone here is a completely normal, totally human. 100%.
100%.
Yeah. Great. Well, before we get going, I did want to give I gave a content warning last time. It ended up not getting to the part I was thinking we were going to get to, but we have reached the part of the game where the content warning is important. And I would like to remind all our viewers that we talk about this stuff outside of game and in the chat, and I know their limits and they trust me. And if we need to fade to black or just move on from something, somebody can put an X in the chat if on a couple of different lines. If I don't see it immediately, just somebody let me know. Preferably not the person who put the X's in the chat if you need me to stop. Great. Does anybody need to spend any XP or have any questions or comments before we get going?
I'm going to continue to bank all of my experience points forever and ever and ever, and then level up to like a Saiyan on the last episode.
Kamehameha.
I mean,
just
fair.
mind
Yeah,
warps us all.
You can do that. That sounds great.
All right.
Now I am
Battlesuit
hoarding
be
my
like,
XP until probably after this game.
Sounds good to me. Okay. Then first a little recap since it's been a month. Or maybe not so much a full recap, but where we were at the end of last game. Because last game you did fight a hit mark, which was a great time for all involved. And finally took him out, and upon doing so, you got contacted by this ship that was approaching, or something that was approaching, this giant energy source that was approaching. And it turns out that it is the Pleasure Dome and Marianne of Balador hailed your ship. You agreed to dock. She offered a dry dock for ship repairs and a place for rest and relaxation and rejuvenation, and pulled into a docking bay. The sensors on your ship picked up that an Earth-like atmosphere and gravity were being established. You all assembled in the airlock and opened the hatch. Nolan was trying to carry Mateo, but was failing at that, so Sophia picked up Mateo, who has been having a hard time, shall we say.
Yeah, poor Mateo.
Poor Mateo.
Also, while we're doing the recap, just in case, I just want to have this. I have the note of Tegan made a connection to the ship for -3 to rolls to bamf back in case things go weird.
Right. Good to know. Does anybody else have any active magic up that I recall?
I don't think Heather did, unless it carried over for multiple games. But I do remember talking to Kibo and suggesting that he go and investigate this new place.
Yeah, I do think you put Kibo on your tablet to bring him with.
I think I did. I have just a vague memory of this. Whether it was a good idea or not remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen, indeed. You all entered into a large hall that resembled a grand cathedral. There are several doors and a row of Grecian columns that surround a pool, but the hall is filled with people who are engaged in all sorts of carnal activities, public displays of affections, just chatting or even just lounging around and not engaged in any of these things, but perhaps watching.
The horror.
There is some nightclub-ish music playing in the background, which is kind of out of place, but also weirdly comforting that it seems like what a pleasure dome should be like. It's got some of this nightclub music. And a young, vibrant, vivacious woman, black hair, Mediterranean look, in about her late 20s. She approaches you and extends a hand to Nolan to introduce herself as Marianne of Balador. And that is where we're going to pick up, with her holding Nolan's hand in both of hers and looking at him in the eyes. Or if he looks at her in the eyes.
Hi?
Hello.
You're supposed to be dead.
You can't tell people they're supposed to be dead, Nolan.
Well, no, there's like a...
Why not?
Because Marianne of Balador died in 1999 or 2000 when the Balador Pleasure Dome vanished into the deep umbra.
Right. And we still aren't sure if we time traveled.
Oh yeah, what year is it? Yeah.
I don't believe you have time traveled. I believe you have you have traveled a long distance, but it is true. There were rumors of my death and the Pleasure Dome vanishing. As you can see, we still exist. How much do you know about my history?
Nothing from my point of view, but so
I am well versed in matters of time magic and managed to create this bubble outside of time that protected me when others were lost. And I have been unable to return, so I have traveled since then.
Huh.
Okay.
But please, come in. You are welcome to any of the spaces here. There is something for everyone. And our main rule is don't hurt anyone and do whatever you want to do, so long as it doesn't hurt anyone. No one here will harm you. And your ship can be repaired in time, and
In time.
you're welcome. You're welcome to stay or go as you wish.
So you're not a ghost, is what you're saying?
I am not a ghost, no.
I'm gonna squeeze her hands. Squeezy, squeezy.
She squeezes back.
Ah!
They're warm and pleasant to hold.
You have nice hands. What
She
kind of
smiles.
moisturizer do you use? This is really... I probably shouldn't ask
Life
what kind of...
magic.
Wouldn't a moisturizer just be easier?
It's harder to get out here.
Yeah, I guess resources are a bit more finite. Unless, do you have like, like the replicators from Star Trek?
No, but we...
Do you know what Star Trek is?
Yeah, of course she does. Star Trek came out in
No.
the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not everyone's culturally aware. I don't know.
Everybody's seen
Maybe you
Star
don't
Trek.
watch
You've seen
TV.
Star Trek. Live long
Obviously,
and
I've seen
prosper.
Star Trek.
I have indeed seen Star Trek, mostly the original, but as I was spending a lot of time off of Earth when the what's the word for subsequent series came out, but
Enterprise. Nobody watched Enterprise.
we have food and drink, whatever you might like. We don't so much have replicators as we just have, well, perhaps replicators are magic. Sophia is going to look around, and she's like holding Mateo, and she's just going to be like, puts Mateo on the ground. She kind of drops him a little. It doesn't cause any damage, but just she's not careful in putting him down. And she just goes, I think he needs help, but I'm gonna rest on the ship, go back to my lab. And she just kind of turns and heads back towards the ship, and Mariana watches her go. Oh, wow.
She's not the most social.
We have areas that she would like as well, but that is fine. She may do what she wishes here. Perhaps I can show you around. There's an inn
Yeah.
for people to stay in. She'll gesture, and off on the side you'll see a sign that says Red Griffin Inn. And I should get everybody to make me, where is it here? Let's do perception and awareness or alertness. I'll just give you different stuff.
Fancy.
Ooh, I'm gonna use alertness.
I'll use alertness. Oh, you know what? I'll use awareness because I want to just.
I'm
be
going
blinded.
alertness.
Does being
Ooh,
astute
what-
matter?
Yes.
You know what? It doesn't matter at all. What's the difficulty?
We're gonna go difficulty 6.
I have
For
one
both.
success.
3
Watch.
successes. Ooh, Amy, no.
Amy, what's your favorite color? I'll
Fantastic.
buy you some new dice.
Like green or blue, like turquoise.
I'll do what I can.
Okay, so Heather, you start looking at your tablet because it has turned itself on, and Kibo is just like nosing the screen, like being like, what's out there? Can I see? Can I see? Show me.
Can you? Well, yeah. Can you go look through the camera? There's a camera for scanning.
Ooh.
See, yeah, here, and Heather will just like go to like the camera functions. And this,
Yeah.
not even thinking about the consequences of this. Just like, here you go. There we go. Now we can just like wander around and you can see.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds great. Kelly, what did you get with awareness?
1.
1. The hairs on the back of your neck are standing up. This just feels uncomfortable, but you can't tell whether it's just because you're in a very mage space or if there's something else wrong.
It's weird here. You got a weird place.
And Tegan, you look around as Mariana gestures, and it takes you a minute, but you're like, there's something wrong with the architecture here. And like you see the Grecian columns, but the hall you're in currently seems Islamic in nature. And then you look over and there's like some Roman architecture and some like weirdly some more modern stuff, like maybe 1920s ish. And it looks all cobbled together and not coherent.
Just like a whole mismatch.
Yeah. And so yeah, she points out the Red Griffin Inn, which Tegan, you also notice when you look at that, that the sign looks very, very old. It looks like a medieval inn sign, and it's got significant burns on it. And so yeah, she points that out. She says, you're currently in the Great Hall of Aphrodite, so if you ever want to come back here, you're welcome back to this area. There's the 9 Epicurean halls that you're welcome to partake in. Each one has a different theme, shall we say. There's different ways you can achieve pleasure here, whether you prefer drugs and sensory deprivation in the Lotus Hall, or if your vice is plays and film and acting, whether acting or watching, you're welcome to either. Or if you prefer to, she looks at Tegan at this point and goes, to plug yourself in and experience some simulations. There's a hall for that called Stim City. Or if your chosen pleasures are a little more, and she looks around, carnal in nature, there are, of course, the Torture Garden and the Circle of Pain for a Certamen Arena, if you're aware of what that is.
Yeah, we know all about men. I'm a man.
Yes, of course.
I'm right here.
Of course. Or you may simply want to visit the nightclub, which has music and drinks and dancing.
I feel like I know I'm gonna know the answer to this, and it's probably going to be magic. But how did you create, compose this? That's a lot.
After the... Well, this pleasure dome is different than the one I used to have. It's... After the Avatar storm came through, the original pleasure dome was destroyed or damaged significantly. But I have cobbled together enough everything to make this work. You can also visit the infinity pool if you like. It is great for rejuvenation.
Yeah, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm a little hurt. One could say I was pretty injured. Some rejuvenation might be nice.
Absolutely. Please, you have free reign here. There are other rooms that lead to other, shall we say, what would be the term you would use? Subdimensions of a sort? They're connected, but they're different atmospheres that you might like to enjoy exploring. Or there's so many doors and spaces here, I'm not even sure where all of them go. Feel free to
That's
explore.
safe.
Like a
This
TARDIS?
doesn't seem safe.
You will come to no harm here.
What if
Oh.
you get lost?
If you get lost, simply ask any one of the members around you and they will be certain to guide you back here to the Great Hall.
Do you have a map?
Okay.
You know, like how malls used to have maps? Do you have
Those
that at all?
directories?
Yeah, the directories.
Certainly, I can provide that for you. And she is going to look at Nolan. And Nolan, if you would like to resist this,
Yeah. What do I have to roll?
roll me willpower, please.
Okay, so last episode I boosted my willpower by 2, so I have, I believe I have 3 points of willpower.
Fantastic.
That's a 6 and a 7. Oh yeah, beat that, Mariana of Balador.
As generals, like 20 dice.
Yeah,
That's fine.
she's got a narrative of at least 6. So
Uh-huh. So surprisingly, it seems like she's not trying to force this on you. So it she looks you in the eyes and she just smiles, but nothing, like you feel her magic press in, and yeah, it does that. But you manage to resist her. Though, give me another perception and awareness. Difficulty of 5 for this one.
Whoa.
It's gone forever.
Bye.
does astute matter?
Yes.
7 successes.
Holy shit. Yeah, you've had mind magic used on you before.
No, never.
There is something very, very wrong with the feeling of her magic.
Consent counts. I'm just gonna put these back on.
Of course.
I'm sorry. What were, I feel like we missed something in communication here.
I was simply attempting to give you access to a map of sorts as requested, but I apologize.
I didn't request it. Heather did. If you want to mind blast her, go ahead.
I don't want to
No,
be mind
it was
blasted
me.
either. I
It
just
was
wanted
me.
to
Oh, sorry, it was
I
Tegan. But mind
request
blast
the map.
Tegan.
I do apologize for the intrusion. I meant no disrespect.
Sure.
Tegan, would you like a map? I don't have
Sure.
anything physical, but
Ah,
very well.
just download it into the eye. Or I guess my mind. Ugh, Mage. Okay. Mm-hmm. Blast me.
I don't know if that's something you want to say in a pleasure dome.
You're right.
She's still like has Nolan pulled his hands away from Mariana?
Yes, he will pull his
At this
hands away,
point?
and we'll pull out a bubble waffle, and we'll start toying with it.
Fair. She will just smile. Though she looks a little sad when he pulls his hands away, and then she'll go over to Tegan and hold out her hands and say, "May I?" And
Yeah.
look Tegan in the eyes, and yeah, you get just an image of a map of this place.
Okay.
And you can give me either perception and awareness. Actually, perception and awareness is the best. So if you don't have awareness, you can just roll perception.
Yeah, I am doing that. What's my difficulty?
We're gonna say 6.
Sweet. I rolled 3 dice and got 3 successes.
Nice. Yeah, something feels wrong with this as well.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Huh.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Well,
6, 7,
thanks
8.
for the map.
9, 10, 11.
Feels good.
You want to borrow this? It's good therapy. It's a good
no,
therapeutical thing.
No, it's okay.
So Nolan's gonna keep popping it, and then is going to glance at her. I'm gonna do detect resonance.
Okay, yeah. Hit me with it.
Okay, so he's been doing some pop. Oh god, I don't have the will. You know what? I gotta spend it before the end of the scene anyway, so I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
Oh, that dice rode a 1 for a full inch and then flipped over to a 3. So detect resonance is just mind 1, so that's going to be 3 successes at difficulty 5.
Fantastic.
Or she could be like hiding her resonance, which is pretty freaking easy. But like,
yeah. Oh wait, that's something else. Okay. Sorry, I had some stuff here, and I'm like,
yeah, sorry, Jen. I'm doing the most annoying thing a mage player can do, asking you for your adjectives.
no, I have her adjectives. I was anticipating this.
Good. Happy to help.
So yeah, you look at her, and as your vision just kind of shifts to look at the area around her, you're looking at kind of in your peripheral. It just the energy that is around her. You see that it's an intense blue with black stains, and it's kind of blotchy.
Huh. This is a nice place you have here. Do you have a cafeteria or somewhere that someone could go and get something to eat? I'm kind of feeling a little peckish, and I've kind of. Do you have any soup? Kind of. I've been in a spaceship.
Absolutely. If you just follow this hallway, and she'll point down towards. She's like, you can go to the Red Griffin Inn, which does have. It has like a bit of a tavern as well.
Griffin soup, yeah.
Or we have something more like a cafeteria if you follow this other hallway down here.
Yeah, that sounds good. Food food sounds good. We've been eating like dehydrated rations, so I'm gonna go with something crunchy. I miss fried food. I would love some French fries.
Absolutely.
do
They
you
can
have-
make
I
pretty
need-
much anything you would request.
Sure. Well, we don't want to keep you much longer, so let's go explore, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss of Belliador.
You may call me Mariana. Everyone does.
There we go. Now I'm set. Ready to explore.
Wow. I should brought
Enjoy-
mine.
Oh, do you want one? You can have mine.
Yeah, yes.
Here you go.
Yeah, do you have an
I'll
extra
trade you
one?
for a hair tie.
Yeah, sure. Here, there's gotta be one here somewhere. Heather's just rooting through like pockets and pulls out like 3 hair ties and like
Oh,
several bobby pins.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
Any of these?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one works
yeah.
great.
Okay.
And with that, Mariana will leave and let you explore. Or talk amongst yourselves.
Fajitas.
I think we can. You're fetching, Nolan.
Thanks.
So
let's
you the
talk.
haircuts.
Let's go eat food and talk.
You know, I'm really just gonna lead her a bit away from. So take them away from Mariana. How hungry are you really?
What do you mean?
Okay, there's something a little off with.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go talk and eat about. That was an
Yeah, I
excuse.
looked at her. So I used a technique called psychological profiling, right? But basically, you see, like, it allows me to pick up visual hallucinations like auras by tapping into certain parts of my brain, kind of like
Oh, you
migraine.
did system scan. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, diagnostics.
Yeah, she's got a lot of black on her, and like, not in a good way.
Yeah, I felt something off when she was downloading the map into my brain. It felt.
You should maybe run an internal diagnostic then.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Or Nolan, maybe can you see if she put anything? If it's mind related, can you like see if she's put any weird?
Yeah, sure. Here,
Programming
play with
in.
this. You'll hand you the bubble
Okay.
waffle. Okay. Well, we're in space. A Vulcan nerve pincher.
That works.
Oh, 3 successes, the difficulty 7 just to do a mind scan.
Nice. Yeah, you scan her mind and nothing was put in there that that wasn't like announced. There's a spot you can tell is not part of Tegan. It was put there. And it's got like it's like outlined in a little bit of blackness, which is how you can sense it there. But nothing else has that. And it doesn't seem to be leaking into her system at all.
You got some smudges, but nothing really. It's just traces of the map, I think.
Okay.
Just
that's good.
just fingerprints.
So, what would cause that?
Probably just the fact that it's there.
No, but what would cause it to be
Oh,
weird?
Being the same type of person like was on the facility.
Yeah, but I think
think that's
what
what it
is
is?
what does that means?
I have no idea what that
what's
means.
up with
Maybe she's like
her?
a supernatural demon, you know, like from the show where their eyes go black. You know, like Lovelace's wife. Who I
mean, like,
really
the
feel
thing that happened
sexist
to
for not
those-
remembering what her name was. Wait, was his name
But-
Lovelace?
okay,
I feel
but-
like it was, maybe it was Lovett. Lovelace, Lovett.
Okay, but like
Lavar.
speaking of black eyes, that
Llama.
was threat null made people's eyes go black. That's not great.
Gamble.
Yeah,
How did
why
I
would
go
it be here?
Lovelace from Gamble? Or how did I go Gamble from Lovelace? Lovelace from Gamble?
Hey,
Yeah.
Nolan.
Sorry. What?
Black eyes, threat null.
Yeah. What about it?
Well, do you think any connection with that at all? Like, why there's black smudges?
I mean, this is all in the Umbra.
Umbra.
Does this make any sense to Heather? No? Okay.
No, not so much.
Cool. It's weird.
I don't know what would do this. So,
I
maybe
guess.
this. I mean, there was the virus thing we were looking up with the squid bellies.
Yeah, Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken. Maybe they've got a. I mean, it's physically transferred, and there's a lot of physical going on here.
Yeah.
I don't really think that being a Kraken is herpes, though. Maybe it is, though. Like, maybe it's just, you know.
Was it like herpetitis, krakenitis, or something? Is that what we...
Yeah, it's like Kraken HPV. I don't know.
It's just Kraken.
Sounds terrible. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about eating here or touching here or honestly even watching a movie here.
So,
Are any of you matter specialists?
Kinda.
I
I like
have,
to think I matter.
yeah, I have a couple. I'm pretty good at analyzing and manipulating matter.
Okay, if we eat anything, you're going to be scanning everything that we come across.
Of course.
Yeah, I could take a look at a couple things too. But I'm much better with things like tech pieces.
Well, if we eat those, I think we'll have our own problems.
I don't know.
Speak for
Tegan seems to be
yourself.
doing fine.
Do you eat like nuts and bolts and stuff?
No. I eat motherboards. Come on.
Ah, okay.
No, you have a nut allergy.
That was amazing. And I think that I'm going to put a performance review together for you, Heather. I think you deserve a promotion.
I want to try and assess how much he's being sarcastic and whether or not she picks it up on it at all.
He's being 100% authentic with that one.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. She just kind of like gives him a side eye and then,
But it was a great joke. I
thank you. Thank you.
feel like you could have gone a
Appreciate that.
completely like dirty way with that, but you kept it clean and funny, and that's talent.
Thank you.
Do you like Steve Martin? I like Steve Martin.
Who?
The Jerk, Roxanne, Father of the Bride, Wild and Crazy Guys,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Parenthood.
What?
Oh wait, no, that was
Yeah, I definitely avoid that.
yeah.
Ooh, movies?
Yeah, from the 80s mostly,
Oh, no, that's before my time.
but they still exist. You could go and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna
there's
say you
new
could go
stuff
and rent
coming
them, but I
out.
don't think you can anymore.
You guys find
Oh,
anything
he was in
online to
Cheaper
try
by
to-
the Dozen.
Yeah, he was.
And the new and the Pink Panther movie.
Yeah,
With
he was definitely in
Beyonce.
the Pink Panthers. Quick thing, if we're going through here, emergency signal is gonna be 2 of these.
What if we don't have a pen?
This is my emergency signal. I'm assuming yours is going to be like pew, 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 pew,
Oh.
with like laser fingers or something. Mine's more subtle.
I can scream or maybe
That's good.
cause some systems to short out.
That's good. Or throw nuts at Tegan.
But I'm allergic.
Yeah, but we'll know when you swell up.
That's a terrible system, but it's also really funny.
Right? You're not actually allergic to nuts, right? Because that's not actually funny. I had a friend who almost died from a peanut once. He wasn't allergic,
Guess
he
you have
just
to-
doesn't chew well.
I guess the term is fuck around and find out.
All right, let's bust it.
What are we busting? What is the plan?
Nuts, I guess.
No, like we're just busting a move. Like we're bust a nut. That was weird. But no, let's go. Let's go investigate things and see what the Pleasure Dome has in store.
Actually,
I
as
wanna-
we're walking, can I make an analysis? Like, Tegan's gonna walk up to like a wall or something, like a solid object, and she would actually like to assess, do a matter sight on it to see what
Sure.
we are on, and see if it's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Difficulty of 3 because why not?
Yeah, that's 4 successes.
Cool.
Entire beverage
Yeah.
is
Is there
invisible.
anything in particular you want to know about it, or just in general?
I guess as she's walking along, and maybe I'll put 2 successes into duration and
Mhm.
the rest to just see it, and basically just like, I guess if there's, time. No, I'd need to probably do a conjoined time thing to see if it was, if they were actually from time periods of, like, where the architecture was. But basically, she's gonna try and see if it has, like, the same similarities to, like, what it is on Earth. So, like, if something looks like it's steel, is it steel? Is it wood? If it's wood, kind of thing. Like, I think she's looking just to see if anything seems off. Like, if someone fabricated this, did they mess up somewhere? Basically looking for any
Right.
signs of if there's any anomalies in the
Okay.
matter.
Cool. So as you walk along and you're just taking a look at things, you see the walls change from like smooth to this intricate pattern to and from like stone to mosaic, and it's a lot of changes in a very short period of time that don't necessarily seem to mesh aesthetically. There isn't any problem with each individual part. What you notice is the connection between them was put together by somebody extremely skilled in matter. Somebody basically smushed different eras of stuff together and made it effectively seamless, but with matter sight you can see it.
Huh. Interesting. Whoever made this Pleasure Dome did a really good job.
That's good. I'd hate to be in the middle of space in a poorly maintained Pleasure Dome.
Honestly, that is the thing we should be most concerned about.
Right? Just
No, it
one
looks-
leak?
Yeah.
It's not like it's like someone's taken bits from each era and just seamlessly put them together. Like, this
That's-
is really well done.
Impressive. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. This is wild. And really well, like, talented. So,
Does Tegan play like any, or Heather for that matter, play any like old video games? Maybe Nolan might.
I think
Or
Heather
older.
does to
How old are we
some
talking?
extent.
Yeah, how old are we talking?
Like, okay, hold on.
Like Morrowind? We talking like Tetris?
Tegan's played like the old like Zelda games, like Ocarina of Time and
Those are the old ones? Oh god.
those are the old ones to Tegan.
Let's say mid 2000s, so PlayStation 2 into 3 era.
Okay. Yeah, I think Heather's played some of those.
Cool.
Yeah, Nolan was in college back then. He absolutely did.
The sense you get from the way this is put together as you kind of look more closely at it is something akin to maybe like Katamari Damacy, of just like collected a bunch of shit and put it together.
That's been re-released for Switch.
Right, yeah.
Heather's probably more familiar with that version.
Quite possibly.
Same with Tegan, probably. So, this is reminding me of like should have played. You know when you like collect a bunch of shit in video games sometimes, and you just like put it all in like your like home world or save point. You know, it's kind of like. Or like a library, Nolan. You know, when you have books and you just take different books and put it together.
Yeah, kinda.
That was a joke at you being old, I'm sorry.
I don't go to the library very often. I don't get the joke.
Oh.
So, we should at least look around at what they've got. And I kind of do want to see what they have in terms of food options, even if we shouldn't eat any of them.
I mean, I'll have a look and see what it is. I'm legitimately hungry. Like,
Same.
and French fries sound amazing after what we've been eating. So
Like after like mixing like recycled water with like dehydrated nutrition bars, I could eat pretty much anything and be okay with that.
yeah,
Fair.
I'm done with drinking and pissing and drinking and pissing my own fluids. It's I know it's not the same, but it feels the same, and it's just like you can't quite get that out of your head.
See, you guys were making fun of my LSD dispensers, but some of them are actually just like Mios and other like flavor enhancers. They really do make a difference. If you're gonna have to drink your own recycled pee, it might as well be Tang. You know, like an astronaut. That's why I brought so many packages of Tang. Do you want some Tang? I actually have one in my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll hand over a
Maybe we have
squeezy
real
thing of
coffee
instant
here.
Tang. It's sugar-free.
What if they have coffee? What if they have an actual coffee maker? We could get
Oh my gosh,
espresso.
a latte.
Or even a little.
All right.
Following the map in Tegan's head, you find a door that says cafeteria on it. But I do have to ask, who is the first person through the door?
Might be Heather.
Okay. Where is the place that Heather most wants to go right now?
Like Burger King or a Wendy's
Cool.
or a coffee shop like Luna Coffee.
Excellent. I would like Tegan and Nolan to roll me their willpower, please.
Current
All
or
right.
total?
Let's go total, actually.
Oh
for
my
this.
god. Did tents explode?
Willpower? Sure, yeah.
What's the difficulty?
6.
Okay.
5 successes.
Cool.
Jesus, 1, 2, 3.
And that's with a
4
1.
successes. Yeah, I have 4 successes with a 1.
Fantastic. So as Heather walks through this door, you notice it's not set up like like what you would consider a cafeteria, right? It's not like an office cafeteria where you have a bunch. It actually looks more like a food court. And you see a Burger King and a Wendy's and a coffee shop, as well as a couple of other places all in there.
Oh.
Okay, I can see why they never left.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a...
Fries. This is a cafeteria. This is more like a food court, but I guess the sign.
Is that an O'Toole's? I thought those guys went
And there
out
are a
of
bunch
business.
of people eating in here, ordering from places, general chatter.
Alright, let's Tegan's gonna go up to the what is better fries? Wendy's or Burger King? Wendy's, I think. And she'll go up to the Wendy's and get like a huge thing of fries and a frosty. Cause now I'm hungry. Good job myself.
Perfect.
I think Heather's like right with her.
Yeah. The fries you get are cooked to your preferred perfection, and the frosty is cold, and it's all very delicious. Where does Nolan go?
I guess grab a whatever place has the best looking chicken burger.
Okay. Yeah, there's
Grilled. He's trying to watch his weight. Grilled chicken burger with mayo. Yeah, that's a great way to watch your weight, buddy. It's healthier than
He's
beef.
trying.
Maybe I'll get a crispy though, just to be safe.
For the flavor.
Before we eat, Tegan will do a matter sight again just to see if it's
You had it up for duration, and
yeah. Alright.
when you order, there is you do sense like matter magic happening from the looks of things, but maybe like a replicator would be something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's probably associates it to like a replicator in her head.
And a peach
Yeah.
shake.
Excellent. There are no prices or anything here, so it's just people taking your order and then giving you food. But
It's amazing.
the food is perfectly done. There is, from what you can tell, nothing wrong with it.
Alright, looks like food.
Oh, good.
It's nothing weird, so I'd say it's safe to eat. I don't think we have to worry about, weirdness. And then Tegan's gonna start digging into her food.
I haven't had Chick-fil in quite a while.
So it's weird here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
really
really a
weird.
fan.
I mean, there's parts that I'm liking.
Besides the food?
Well,
I think that's
they
the
should
big
be able to
part.
help us fix the ship, and that's kind of the key part for me.
Yeah. I mean, part of me is like, do we want to poke around and get in trouble? Or do we want to just...
I mean, look at it this way. We're probably going to get in trouble for something anyway. So we might as well make the best of that.
Alright.
Yeah. If we're going to get in trouble, make it worth it.
But why wouldn't we just, you know, stay until the ship's ready?
Well, we have to. We can't actually really leave.
Yeah,
Well,
we were just
yes.
drifting. Like this French fry, and he's gonna steal one of your fries. Like
Hey,
drifting through the atmosphere. Well, I guess the lack of atmosphere. Mm.
And then, next thing we know, something eats us.
Hmm?
I feel like that's a different chamber, but
Gross, but fair.
gross. It's sex, Nolan. Are you uncomfortable with talking about sex?
When did
With
we start
you?
talking about sex? I was talking about space things eating our ship.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, look, we're in a space thing right now. People might be eating us. This Chick-fil-A might be made from people. What?
Can we test that?
I mean, I did matter. I guess, did it say
Can you-
people matter?
Can you do time magic to see
People
what
do
this
matter.
was?
No, I don't have time magic. I don't have time enlightenment. I don't have time goggles. We're in here too
We
long.
haven't
We're
tapped
saying
into
magic.
infinite
Man,
chronology.
I really just want. Do you? Yeah. All right. Well, let's see whether or not this is a person or a peach milkshake.
I really hope it's a peach milkshake and not a person. Why
This
am I laughing? That's not funny.
This requires further experimentation.
What was
Tastes
in
like
that?
peach.
It tastes like peach. Well,
Do you think we're getting a contact
Peaches,
high from breathing the air as everyone else?
peaches.
I mean, I'm probably immune at this point, but fair, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say the quack over there.
The quack?
What?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not a
Doc?
quack. I'm a certified
No,
medical
you're a
practitioner.
shrink. You're a shrink. Yes. that's
Yeah, a
right.
quack is someone who peddles falsehoods and remedies that don't actually do anything. My remedies do something. They're just weird remedies. It's not a quack.
Do you think
It's
there's something funny
Yeah,
in this
fair.
lemonade?
like funny haha or like funny like
Heather's gonna pass it over, and I think she may have actually gotten something like vodka or something mixed in it.
you know what it probably is? It's probably like the Panera Bread caffeinated lemonade that they have now. The stuff
Or
that
that,
has
or
like
it's like a Mike's Hard Lemonade kind of thing. Heather was
the
not
Mike's
really
Hard
paying
Lemonade will
attention.
mess you up more. The Panera Bread one has something like 260 milligrams of caffeine per cup.
God.
It's like 3 cups of coffee for a lemonade, and they don't tell you on the label.
Oh god.
Yeah, there was a food theory episode. It was pretty great. They're
I don't
like,
know which
this
one
will
it
mess
is, but
you
I feel
up.
like
I mean, do you want? They probably have Mike's Hard Lemonade.
well, I wasn't going for that, but I might have got it anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just the default when you order lemonade. You have to specify non-alcoholic.
non-alcoholic. I mean, what? We have few hours to the ship goes. What did the old kids used to say back in the day? YOLO?
They still say that, don't they?
Do they?
For the kids.
No, I say that.
You say YOLO? What does it mean?
You only live
oh
once.
no, it's like
That is the wrong Bond movie.
it's like
only
you only like it's like measure twice once kind of thing, isn't it?
See,
Like
that makes sense. I built a shelf before.
but like I don't know. So we're gonna go look at things.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure. Let's see what's happening. Find out why this thing that supposedly died is actually fine.
So, time to snoop.
Yeah, let's snoop.
Yeah, I'm down for a good old snoop.
Okay. And Heather's gonna like abruptly stand up and like shaking the table, and is gonna like start walking towards a door.
Bye. You think she's gonna be okay?
Well, do we not want to follow her?
Oh, we're gonna mess stuff up together? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You... Tegan, yeah? What's with your hand?
Yeah. Sorry, I it's a thing I do with my eye. Sometimes gets out of focus. I have to bring it back in.
I have some Visine if you want it.
It's not that eye. It's the other one. Good motor oil, that might be better.
No, not on me. Do you really think I'm a quack?
No, I don't. I'm just...
Okay.
When I'm in an uncomfortable situation, I sometimes...
Make other people uncomfortable as a way of coping with your own deficiencies. Yes, I know. I read your psych profile.
Yeah.
It's pretty classic displacement, but that's okay. You can work through it and become a better person.
I like that, actually.
To work through things, or you like that about yourself, that you use sarcasm as a crutch?
No, I'd like you to help. I have some... I mean, not you. I mean, if you wanted to, sure.
I mean, I'm a therapist, so... You're really good at your job, and your performance reviews were always very, very positive, even in the messy situations. You should know that your superior said very good things about you, and witness statements described you very favorably, at least the ones that weren't immediately, neuro-redacted.
Thanks. I'm sorry I called you a quack. I didn't mean that.
I'm pretty quacky. Thank you.
You're pretty cool.
Not really. I mean, I get what you mean, but I just don't want to get stuck in a pleasure dome. I feel like that's a weird place to spend my twilight years.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's exactly where I want to spend my twilight years. I mean, who doesn't want just, bad fast food on tap that apparently probably doesn't affect your heart? You probably can't even gain weight here. Unless you wanna.
Yeah, this place seems to be all about consent, so maybe that works for the food
I
too.
choose not to have heartburn later. I don't consent to it. I don't consent.
Let me know if that works out.
Right?
And
Wouldn't
then
that
we'll
be
go
great?
get a lot of wings later, like spicy
That sounds really
wings.
good. And then we get coffee and we won't have,
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're stuck on a spaceship together and there's very little ventilation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Some of those other,
The soldiers
in
have
the
a very...
sub before.
The soldiers have a very bad diet. It's all the MREs, and you can do... You can't light a match because then the whole thing blows up, but you really want to. And Febreze isn't, technocracy mandated.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing to get used to, and I was like, I know I have the cybernetic eye, but man, I wish I had a cybernetic nose I could shut that off.
I mean, we can get you a nose job when we get back.
We'll see.
Where's Heather?
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, Heather is gone and through a door, and that is a perfect moment to reference that. So, Heather, where does Heather most want to go?
Heather wants to find out what is keeping this ship this pleasure dome here, and not how it got stuck here or outside of the other original dimension when the dimensional anomaly hit.
Okay.
So she's kind of got her tablet out and is scanning things and is trying to see what she can connect to, Like if there's Wi-Fi?
Yeah, there's absolutely Wi-Fi. And you can there's a password protected pleasure dome, and then there's a pleasure dome guest.
I'm out. Can't do it.
She checks the password protected one?
Sure, yeah.
She doesn't want to get as many viruses?
That's probably for the best.
I don't consent to the viruses.
I don't consent to the virus. I don't consent. Please tell me there's a third one that's pretty fly for a Wi-Fi.
It flickers in and out.
It's just Kibo strobing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
That's the password she tries first.
Oh my god.
The password is consent.
If that one doesn't work, she'll try that too.
You've just given your consent, though, Heather.
Give me a intelligence and computers roll.
Oh, good. I have intelligence creative. Does that apply?
Yes. Sure.
Okay. Oh, not that dice. There we go. What's my difficulty?
We're gonna say 8.
Okay. Hold on. Remind me what happens if you roll a 10 and then roll a 1. They
No-
cancel each other
nothing,
out fully.
No, we
Then I have
just ignore the one.
Yeah.
In the
okay. So
modified
you
rules.
still get the 10. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, that is 2 successes.
Nice. Yeah, that's not the password.
Rat. All right.
But Kibo kind of comes up, pokes around, goes, "What you doing?"
I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi.
"Oh, I can help with that.
Oh,
Thanks,
you know the
Kobe.
password?
I can find the password." And Kibo will disappear for a moment.
Huh.
Give me a sec.
While he's gone, Heather's actually just going to type in password 1234.
Okay. That is also not the password. Kibo takes about a minute and then comes back with like what looks like a little note in his mouth.
No. We'll still tap it.
And the password field will fill in. And it's I'm loving the suggestions for passwords. It's great. And I am actually going to steal one of those, which is the consent, but spelled in leet speak. Yes! So you see it fill in with that before it all turns to like asterisks.
Well, I mean, that's promising.
Did I do good?
I think so. I'm waiting for it to connect.
Just little. And it connects. I did good.
You did. I'm glad it wasn't dial-up. Imagine trying to connect to dial-up through the avatar storm or the dimensional anomaly. Like, that just seems terrible.
That would be bad.
How do you protect cables against the anomaly?
I don't know.
I don't either. Maybe something I shouldn't look into. Anyway, cool. Let's see what's available on the internet.
Okay. The homepage is a porn site.
Not even surprised.
But after that, pretty much whatever you want will come up. But I do need you to give me a perception and awareness roll, or just perception if you don't have awareness.
I do have a couple dots. What is my difficulty?
6.
That is 3 successes.
Cool. As like, what precisely are you looking up? Just in a general sense, anyway.
It's like a mix of what happened to the original Pleasure Dome and trying to analyze what would allow it to be separated to stay.
Okay.
So if she has to start plugging in some calculations into one of her programs and do some dimensional science, and
Cool.
she might do that.
Yeah. So anything on the history of the Pleasure Dome you can pull up, no problem. It basically it's rumored to have been destroyed when the dimensional anomaly or avatar storm dropped, but Mariana Ballador has just never been heard from again.
Mhm.
And apart from that, it's a long-standing, you basically get like the Wikipedia article of
Yeah, please.
trying to see here. So yeah, it's, you don't know exactly when it was built, but it existed in like the 1400s or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be this separate realm, this subdimension that exists outside of Earth's like realm, and it has just existed for a time. Mariana took it over at a, I can't even remember when she took it over, but I think it was like in the 60s or something, but I could be wrong. And yeah, it's been around for a very, very long time until it was destroyed in 1999.
Or thought to be destroyed. Or actually
Yeah.
destroyed? That one.
It's not like they found chunks of it or anything. It was just its connection to Earth was severed.
So it was assumed
And-
to be destroyed.
Hmm.
Interesting.
And if you want to do some analysis, yeah, roll me your enlightenment there.
What is my difficulty?
Let's say 6.
That is 1 success.
Cool. So what spheres do you have?
I have dimensional science, entropy, data, forces, matter, and prime.
Cool. Yeah, so you figure that based on your calculations, it probably some dimensional science or whatever the mages use that you think they call, that you've heard it called spirit or something like that.
Which is so weird.
It's so weird. You think it would involve a bunch of that. It would possibly involve like time, but you're not 100% sure on that one, just because she mentioned it, so that's why it's kind of in your mind. Matter would probably be a big part of it, and possibly possibly the other version of data, which is correspondence. You are aware of its existence because some in the Technocracy do actually use correspondence if they are just not as familiar with data as you are, right? And possibly life. So there's a lot going on here.
Okay. Oh, very, very complicated and sophisticated procedures.
Yeah, and especially to have accomplished this potentially as it was being destroyed or severed or you don't know what. Talking about somebody or multiple someones being very powerful.
Yeah. Well, time to play dumb if anyone catches me doing something I shouldn't be.
Indeed. And yeah, you can continue walking around if you want.
Yep, she's just surveying and looking around.
Cool.
Looking to see if walking through doors is like that aren't marked with like personnel only, even if it looks like maybe you shouldn't go there, that kind of thing.
Cool. Yeah. Give me a willpower check.
Total willpower?
Total.
Or...
Yeah, we're gonna go total.
And the difficulty?
6.
Two.
Cool. Yeah, you wander through doors. You find some of these halls that were talked about. So you poke your head in one and you're like, oh, these folks are like, there's a bunch of smoke and it's haziness and probably a lot of people doing drugs in here. And you find you poke your head through another and you find what looks to be like a Spartan style gym. So everyone's naked, but they're doing exercise.
Guess it
They all
reduces
seem to
chafing?
be. Pardon me?
She just kind of mumbles, guess it's less chafing?
Yeah. And yeah, you end up looking through you actually poke your head through one and you are suddenly in like a deep forest. And you're like, maybe I shouldn't wander through there.
Yeah, that's a no.
But it's like you look through and suddenly it's kind of dark, but that calm, peaceful, like birds chirping a little bit and just quieting down at the end of the day sort of atmosphere. And you're like, nope, I'm good. And you come back. And yeah, generally just wander around. Going back to Nolan and Tegan, you've noticed that Heather has just left.
Yep. I guess try and follow.
Cool.
I think she went
Heather?
around here somewhere.
I would like to
Fantastic.
try and use potentially some data and either data and forces to try and listen for her as well to see if she can try and find where Heather's gone off to.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you think Tegan would try to do this paradigm-wise?
I think Tegan's gonna try and interpose, like almost like do like the holographic out of the eye with the map of the place, and then try and like radar almost like find the ping of Heather's like signal from either or maybe her tablet. She's downloaded information into Heather's tablet, so she would know the IP of the tablet. So she'll try and pick up the IP.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll me your dice. We're gonna call that difficulty of 5.
Okay, that's 2 successes.
Fantastic. You do not pick up anything.
Did you find anything?
No, I don't know where Heather is.
Heather!
And do you head through the door?
Yep.
Which one of you goes through first?
Tegan probably.
Okay. And where does Tegan most want to go?
Oh gosh. Like subconsciously or like actively?
Subconsciously.
I think subconsciously, I think Tegan wants to go to like there's she's probably been to a weird BDSM place in Seattle. So she's probably subconsciously wanting to go there.
Cool. Nolan, can you please roll me your total willpower and difficulty of 6?
Oh, 0 successes.
Fantastic. Where does Nolan most want to go?
Home. Back to his little apartment.
Okay.
The one with the one chair. The one with the one TV on a stand. That's one of those bachelor apartments from the meme, basically. Where there's a little TV tray next to the chair, and that's the only thing there.
Yeah. So Tegan, you walk through the door and walk into... You're pretty sure this is what Mariana referred to as the torture garden. And you look around and there's, to one side, there's like a stage almost where there seems to be a show going on. There's a woman up on a cross, just like tied up there, and she's being whipped, and seems to be really enjoying it. And as you kind of pan around the room, you see various contraptions and hear all sorts of pleasurable sounds. Even the screams sound pleasant, which is odd, but they're definitely seeming to be good sounds. And it's fairly dark, but you can look around and you can see all this. But if you turn back to look at Nolan, he is not there.
Huh. Tegan is gonna open the door again to look for Nolan?
The door looks like it goes back into a hallway, and no one's there.
Huh. Interesting. Tegan closes the door. Huh.
A young couple, a man and a woman, walk up to Tegan and offer their hands and go, Hello, gorgeous. Would you like to play?
I'm gonna make Tegan roll willpower. Current willpower.
Cool. Yep, do
See
it.
how distracted she gets. Oh, I got 2 3s and an 8. All right, Tegan's gonna be like, actually, yeah, I really would.
Come and tell me what you would desire, says says whichever one you are more attracted to.
Okay.
Why pick?
Why pick?
Well, one of them will say it, and then
Yeah.
you can go with both of them. Like they'll
Oh yeah,
both take you
she'll
away.
definitely go with both of them.
Excellent. And Nolan. Tegan walks through the door, and you see her walking into a hallway, but as you cross through the door, she vanishes,
Yeah.
and you walk into your apartment with its single chair,
Oh, bother.
its single TV stand, its little tray table.
Is there anyone here?
Not that you can see.
Is there anything on the TV stand that's next to the chair?
Whatever Nolan normally puts there.
Like a coaster and maybe a beverage, but he probably would have cleaned it up.
Yeah. There is a beverage there. That, yeah. Looks like something.
Electrolytes.
Give me a perception and alertness.
At difficulty 6, that is 3 successes. At difficulty 8, it is 2.
Cool. You hear a noise coming from what would be your bedroom. There's not really a lot of space. It's kind of like, it doesn't even really have a door. It's more behind a wall that you kind of walk around and...
Hello?
There's no answer.
He'll go down the hallway and peer into his bedroom.
Lying on your bed is Mariana of Balador, who smiles at you. Come in. Let's talk.
Are you looking for therapy?
And here I thought you were. Why don't we give therapy to each other?
No, I'm okay. Thank you for invading my personal space, though. I appreciate it.
This is where you wanted to be. And this is where I thought we could have a nice chat.
What would you like to talk about, Miss of Balador?
I told you, Mariana is fine.
I believe in a professional relationship, some professional distance should be observed.
Very well. And give me a perception and awareness check.
Okay, that is 2 successes at 6, 1 at 9.
Cool. That's better. You sense that icky feeling from her magic again as the scene changes and you're in your work office. And she's sitting just in a chair, and looks at you expectantly. Is this better?
So what can I do for you? What professional courtesy may I offer?
I wish to know more about the world since I've left.
Sure. Where do you want me to begin?
Let's begin at the beginning.
What's the last thing you remember?
The last thing I remember
When did you
is the
depart?
screaming pain as the Avatar storm dropped.
What? 1999. July. Yeah. Four months after the Avatar storm dropped, there was a giant protest inside of Seattle, Washington to encourage the World Trade Organization to not perpetuate, I believe the term was global servitude of second and third world countries to the US economical juggernaut. It was unsuccessful. A year after that, several Saudi nationals took training and flew several planes into the World Trade Center buildings in New York City, bringing it to the ground. These are unrelated, despite the trade organization. Another plane was flown into the Pentagon, causing a series of landed flights, and what led to 2 wars, one in Afghanistan, one in Iraq, which led to the toppling of Saddam Hussein's regime, as well as the death of Osama bin Laden, who perpetuated the attacks through his Taliban organization. The Taliban restructured, grew, and operated under a new organization called ISIS. And a protracted war on terror persisted for the next, depending on who you ask, 17 or 23 years. Thousands died. Many things got better, many things got worse. The Paris Accords were passed, which were supposed to curb global warming. They didn't, because people kept denying them. The global temperature continues to rise, wildfires, hurricanes, everything is on the rise. The world is teetering on economic and environmental disaster. There have been not 1, not 2, but 3 recessions since 2000, as well as an impending Great Depression, the likes of which has not been seen since the 1920s. Vaping's big, which is electronic cigarettes. Provide something called popcorn lung to an entire generation who finally got away from the thumb of cigarette smoke. Designer drugs are now being handed out on the streets very cheaply, and to make them even cheaper, much like fast food, which is even more popular than ever, if we're being completely honest. They're now laced with a substance called fentanyl, which is not only highly addictive, but highly deadly. Police brutality is on the rise, but now everybody has a camera in their pocket, so everybody knows about it, and nobody seems to care. Or if they care, they can't do anything about it. There were a number of race riots, the likes that have not been seen since the Rodney King incident back in the early 90s, which led to the mass tear gassing of white protesters for a change, which was interesting, and ultimately ineffective. And Donald Trump became the president of the United States, which had, the usual. The funniest thing that's happened recently is the sovereign nation of Ukraine was invaded by Russia, the second greatest military power in the world, which turned out to be the greatest military power in Ukraine after the first week. And then later, the second most powerful in Russia after Ukraine started counter-invading. Pretty funny, actually. The US has kind of stayed out of it, thankfully. We haven't gone to nuclear war at this point. But it's probably on the way. Also, Australia burned down. They killed a gorilla in the Cincinnati Zoo, and it caused a whole mess of problems. Reality TV came back during a writer's strike. I feel like all of this actually led to Donald Trump if you actually do the math.
So...
Oh, VTubing is a thing
sounds... now. I see. So it sounds as though the world has, to put it politely, gone to hell.
No. No, there are still people fighting. The Union is restructured. There aren't as many black suits or robots at the top anymore. Since they were cut off from control, even Iteration X has gone back to being humane. We're working on ways to repair the environment. We're working on clean energy. Electric cars are on the rise. We're moving toward hydro and trying to get rid of coal. There are medical advancements. People have robotic limbs now, and it's being accepted by consensus. Prosthetic legs that work like these strange carbon fiber fins that allow athletes without legs to run in the Olympics. Insulin is now capped at $35 per month. And sure, despite all of the hippie nonsense, the baby boomers, turned out to be the biggest class traitors in history. But Gen X is still fighting. The millennials are fighting. And despite how silly they dress, Gen Z, we call them Zoomers, they're fighting like hell using weird tactics that would make the virtual adepts blush. And they're funny. It's actually a pretty good place.
Interesting. What about the relationship between the Union and mages? How has that changed?
They're bigger fish to fry than the traditions. There are still some hardliners, I imagine, but for the most part, so long as a mage doesn't try to go bust down the doors of consensus and rewrite reality en masse, or use their magics to do reprehensible things, there's not enough time. We've got enough big problems to fix. The Nefandi are still around, Marauders are still around, Vampires are still around, Werewolves are surprisingly still around. We thought we'd gotten rid of them in the late 90s, but they kind of stuck around. We thought the breeding programs would have taken care of them, but yeah.
Can Nolan give me a perception and alertness roll?
Yeah, totally. What's my difficulty?
This is...
Ooh, never mind. That's a hard fail. That's a lot of ones.
Okay. Cool.
Ah,
cool.
I hit the thing on my foot. Ow.
Oh no. Mariana reaches a hand out, just not in any sort of seductive way, but just kind of as a request for human contact.
Yeah, he'll hold her hand.
She just kind of squeezes it, rubs her thumb along your fingers, and goes, "And are you here to hurt me?" Nolan.
I don't want to hurt anybody. I never have wanted to. But I gotta be honest, you've got some real weird vibes, Mariana. And I think you might be either suffering from something from being this side of the barrier, or you caught something. And I don't really want to catch it. I want to go home and live my sad little life. I got promises to keep.
We all have promises to keep. But I have been alone for a very long time.
There's nobody else
I'm
here,
glad
is there?
I'm glad to finally have some company.
Oh,
And I'm gonna call break right here.
Well
And we'll be
done,
back
you two. Well
shortly.
done.
Nolan's smart.
My God.
Oh my god.
There.
That was
sorry,
amazing.
sorry
I
for
love it.
chewing that much scenery, guys.
No, that was amazing.
Apologize. That was amazing. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I would have started getting very emotional, but then I kicked part of my
Yeah, that brought me
desk
out of it too.
support off.
I wondered what flew off to the side. I saw something move and you bend over out of the corner of my eye when I was doing my rant, but I was focusing on hitting beats and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. I kicked off part of the, one of the one of the like cross things that's used for support. I've kicked off a nut and somewhere in the room.
Well, good thing you're allergic. I guess let's go on break.
Maybe the nut has a Tegan allergy.
The nut has a
Yeah.
Tegan allergy.
Yeah.
We'll be right
Right.
back.
All right. We'll be back shortly. Hey folks, we are back.
Hey, sorry.
And, yeah,
Sorry
let's
for
chat for a minute.
the rant. Oh.
No,
Should I say what part of that rant was inspired by? Or is
Sure,
that
why
Yeah.
not?
we got a
Do it.
comment on the first episode of Zero Sum that said that like we weren't a very technocratic technocracy, and I'm like, technocracy's changed since 1992, bro. like the new books are really different. They're really humanized, and I remember that when we were running Technocracy, like the LARP that we ran, which isn't available, so stop asking people. It was a real life one. We didn't film it. We didn't film much of it. I did film one thing, and then I had a holographic projection of myself up for a minute. It was pretty cool, actually. But because I had a little portable projector unit, it was pretty great. It was really hard to run that game because the expectation through Revised was that all the Technocracy was all like soulless monsters, you know? So when they weren't, it was like, are you guys doing it wrong, or am I doing it wrong as a storyteller? And now with this edition, like written, my friend Travis Legg actually was the one who spearheaded Technocracy Reloaded. and he did a fantastic job. And he brought a bunch of stuff into the Technocracy and humanized it in a way that I didn't think it really could be in the material. That's cool. It means that this game can work. I thought it was really cool.
Absolutely, right?
Plus, Travis
And
is just a lot of fun.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
I liked the one bit of that comment. That was like, we're like a herd of cats, and it's like, bro, we just got yeeted into space with like 60 days of air and no way that we were gonna get out. Like, we're gonna be a little bit disorganized. Just
Well,
a
it's not like
touch.
we were a cohesive team in the first place. It's like, oh, these are
Yeah.
like your work colleagues you kind of know, but don't actually interact with much.
Yeah, we're from different
Yeah.
departments, and we've been put together all of a sudden.
Yeah, you weren't a cohesive team that was, designed for this specific thing.
We
Two of you
weren't?
have the expendable flaw. Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wonder who those could be.
You?
I don't know who.
Is that?
mhm.
No, it's caster sealer. Damn it. So I'm looking for an upgrade for my green screen because it's acting a little funny. I thought I found some rigid collodion for Panic next week because it's really hard to find rigid collodion in Canada right now. I don't know why. I'm very upset about this. I want rigid collodion, damn it. It's scarring liquid for those who don't know. So yeah,
Fair enough.
how you doing, Jen?
I'm doing good. I love when I can just throw something at you and you just run with it. It's amazing.
I figure Nolan's
Yeah.
about it. Nolan's not... I'm smarter than Nolan, but Nolan's quicker than I am. And I love
Yeah.
that. And the music
Yeah.
keeps playing even when I shut it off.
It's like get back into game or
There we
something.
go. There you go. I think I hit the right button this time. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, that music is just playing everywhere. It even in like the scenes where you don't think it should be. It's just playing everywhere.
That's real good. That's real good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
I did like designing this game.
Right. It's been fun so
Yeah.
far. I like before
Good,
game where
I'm
we're
glad.
talking about like whose game is the more messed up, mine or yours. And it's like, and you were like,
They're
I
just
plotted
different.
mine before you debuted yours, so like my ideas are like shoddy.
Original.
We developed our ideas you know,
Shotgun.
separately. I was not influenced by Victorian age.
Yeah. And I didn't say shoddy, I said shoddy like call shotgun, like I called it already. Just to make sure that somebody says, did you just say that Jen's game was shoddy? No, I didn't say that. I said shotty.
Oh, I thought you were saying like shoddy. Like shoddy's like a melody in my head.
Sure. I'd go with that. Let's go with that.
That also works.
Ride next to me, shoddy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice. I need to... What else do I need besides a better green screen? Do I need anything else? I bought a bullwhip the last time I had Amazon open during a game, so maybe I shouldn't do this.
Maybe don't. Wait until after.
Yeah.
I want to order food is the problem, man.
Oh my
Me
God,
too.
right?
I know
Oh,
Yeah.
there's food waiting for me downstairs after game, but
I need to find dinner after game.
Mm,
that's fine. You'll find something.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ugh.
But yeah,
Anything
now I
else going
just
on?
have to figure out the rest of this game. Let's see what's happening.
I mean, you feel free to call it at any time that is good for you. Like when you
Yep.
feel that we've hit that. Because like Christine will come back and everything
yeah.
will go to hell.
Yeah. No, I have
European biscuit.
I have thoughts of where this is ending up, but we'll just see. We'll see where we get to.
I wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody who has signed up for the Patreon and is here right now. This month there was like a pretty big drop in the month-to-month patrons. Usually usually we lose about like 10 people and then we gain about like 12 people the next month. This is the first month where we've actually had like a net negative from like the previous month. Just, things are getting tight. A lot of people had their yearly subscriptions come up. A couple of people just had like some credit card stuff. But I just want to thank you for being here because it does make a big difference. And you know, it's very comforting to have people like you supporting the channel. And I wanted to say that genuinely, honestly, and without any guilt, because if you have to go, you have to go. There are some people who just had some life stuff, and life happens. You know, if the $5 a month that you spend on Dork Tales is going to better serve yourself or your family, please, like, spend it where it is important. But if you have the disposable income to be here with us, I really do appreciate it. So thank you, honestly and genuinely. So, heart.
Yeah, I also appreciate it because it's okay to run games when you don't have an audience, but if you're expecting an audience and you don't have an audience, it's sad.
Right? And
Right?
it's so much more fun to run a game with an audience, though. Like, it really, you wouldn't think so. Because
Yeah, it's like
Well, now that
when
we've gone over the streaming hump of like starting streaming, now it's just like, yeah, this is acting, this is not like playing a game around a table. We're putting on a performance, and I
yeah,
live for that.
right? Well, and Jen, I
right.
remember when I was trying to get you into this, and you were very reluctant at the beginning because obviously you're broadcasting yourself, you're performing in front of me. Like, there's so many things that are like nerve-wracking about it. Hell, I was nerve-wracked about it, and now you're running a game in front of me, and that's just really cool. And you
Yeah.
really enjoy the hell out of this, so I feel good about it, you know. I'm like, yeah, it feels cool.
Yeah. It's weird for me because like I find running this game easier than any game I've tried to run in person previously. Like
Wild.
it's insane. There are things I'm more nervous about, but they're not like they're the same things I'd be nervous about before. There's just like, oh, okay, you know, where am I taking this story? But then I'm like, oh right, I have Kelly in game.
I
You
know
know?
that's the worst thing of all. That's why I'm so glad that like Christine is not in Arcos or a game that is coming up for you and a couple of other people after Dragonlance ends, because then I've got somebody who I'm dedicated and can talk to about it. The same with because she's also
Right.
doing producing work on something coming up. I forget, but so like she's doing producing on that. But like when it comes to like Dragonlance or Mage, like Mage the Ascension that I run, I have no one I can bounce ideas off of, because all of my people
Right.
are in that game.
Right.
At least with Fandelver, I can talk to Robin about that one.
Yeah, fair.
Hey, do it.
But yeah,
Use me.
like having somebody to bounce ideas off of is always good. So yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Ready to get back into game?
I just bought a nicer green screen to replace this really thin one from where I have the computer right now. So we'll see how this goes.
Cool. But yeah, we good? We good.
We're good. Hold on.
Good.
We're not good. We're not quite good. Hold on.
We're not quite good? Okay.
Hold on. Okay, now we're good. I got the dumb club music going again.
Fair enough. Right. Welcome back to Technocracy Zero Sum. We're gonna leave Nolan and Mariana to their conversation. You sure? You sure you're not having a good time there?
The woman's touching me.
Oh no. And let's return back to Heather, wandering the halls
Oh,
With-
good.
with Kibo and Wi-Fi. Yeah, you still just looking for interesting things?
Yeah, she's supposed to see if she can find anything interesting and like what secrets does this place hold? There's not
Okay.
really like other than those few things that she's curious about. Like she's like, is there like an engine room? Like how is this thing navigating space? Is it moving? Like yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna ask for a few rolls here. So, Let's see. Perception and awareness, difficulty 6.
Okay. 2 successes.
How many?
2.
2. Okay. Okay. And give me an Rattray roll for like using dimensional science to try and figure some stuff out here as well. Difficulty of 4 this time.
And 10s explode?
Yes.
3 successes.
Nice. So yeah, as you are wandering and you're kind of searching online and trying to figure out what's going on here, you do start to notice in the, like, as you look things up, if you're looking up anything that is not directly related to the Pleasure Dome, you start to notice there are like gaps in the information. There's just like blank spots on the webpage that you're reading through.
Okay.
There's like some information, and then it's like, okay, there's this gap here, and then, you know, some more information. You also, through your dimensional science, remember a lecture you attended, where the instructor was teaching about reality deviant language and things that they had created and believed, and the Pleasure Dome had come up in there, and so you remember it being known as a horizon realm is what they called it, much like other realms that were mage made or reality deviant made, or, you know, there are a few technocratic versions that are out here as well. And you actually give me one more total willpower check as you walk through another door.
Was it difficulty 6 again or something else?
Yes, difficulty 6.
And for this one, we're not exploding 10s?
You are
Okay.
exploding tens.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Cool. You walk through another door, and you, as you're kind of reading up on this information, and you walk into this room that looks like almost like a council chamber, you'd say. Except it's only got one chair at like these big semicircle tables. So there's these kind of tiers of tables with one chair at one end of one of them, and the chair it's almost throne-like. So it's stone, and it's sturdy and wide and looks kind of uncomfortable until you can see that there's like a pillow on it to sit. And then there's like a lectern in the middle of the room. But there are no other chairs.
So she's gonna walk in and look around, and as she does, will mumble something along the lines of, "You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master." And then just kind of like scoping it out.
Give me another perception and awareness. Difficulty of 4.
That's 4 successes.
Nice. This room, it is steeped in what you're not 100% sure, but it's very similar to, I can't remember the technical word for it. Very similar to a node. So you think there might be like primal energy here.
Interesting. How does that work in space? Or I guess subdimension.
This place might have been what the mages would consider a place of great magic.
Can she tap into the node?
She can if she wants to, I think.
Can
What
you do it
level
with
of prime
Prime
do you
1?
have?
1.
I think you need prime 3
Prime
to
2.
transfer, but you can look for tasks.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. We're gonna go look around.
Cool. If you roll your Rattray for like prime sight, you'll at least be able to sense it a bit better. This room, it might blind you a little, but if you do it like if you shield your eyes first and then kind of slowly.
Yeah, she's got her goggles. She'll
Yeah.
tinker with them a bit and fuss with the settings. She's always got
Cool.
them. I think they're probably down around her neck right now. What's the difficulty for that?
3 for this.
That's 2 successes.
Cool. Yeah. You absolutely can turn it on. It is very bright in here, but your goggles compensate for it. And you're like, okay, don't take the goggles off because you will blind yourself. And you see, I'm gonna say 4 like hot spots of primal energy. There's a couple of stones on the ground that seem to be hot spots. And then there's the lectern. As a whole, it seems to be a like fairly big hotspot, and then the chair is blazing.
She's gonna start rooting around to see what she can find then, I guess.
Cool.
Oh, does the chair have any hidden compartments? If it looks like a big stone throne?
You can definitely look.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You don't have the time sphere, correct?
Nope.
Okay,
She's
cool.
chronologically challenged.
Chronologically challenged. Great. Perfect. That's a roll. Yeah, you can definitely start rooting around in the chair. And
maybe the lectern too, if it's depending on the style of it. If there might be like
yeah. Give me a, what is that? Perception and investigation.
Okay. And if she has to go after it with some matter and entropy to figure some stuff out, she will do that.
Cool. Well, give me the investigation roll first.
So it's a perception and investigation. Okay.
Yes.
Difficulty?
6.
That's 3 successes.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you'll probably need to use some matter and entropy. And some rooting around, but yeah, you can find some extra little hidden spaces and some extra tasks.
Excellent.
You find a total of 6 pieces of tasks, or whatever the technocratic equivalent of tasks is. Forget that one too. But and also we're gonna call it, you've accumulated 3 points of straights by this point.
Okay.
In a couple of or not straights, paradox. Sorry, we just played Victorian last night. That's my brain.
That's an awful lot of paradox to pick up, considering she's not doing anything particularly vulgar.
It's been a couple of things. It's because of where you are.
Yeah, I think she doesn't quite clue into that until something happens. So
Yeah. But yeah, you can root around in here for a little bit. And give me a perception and alertness check.
also difficulty 6.
Yes.
I don't know what was happening with my rolls earlier, but I keep rolling 10s. They don't explode on me in this one, but that's 3 successes.
Nice. As you're working, you at one point check on your tablet and Kibo is gone.
Oh. Well. Hope he's having fun. Can I send him an email? Did he leave anything like traces that I can like email him?
Sure, yeah.
I think she would like try to send a direct like a DM, but then goes like, wait a second, I don't know if that exists here. I was gonna send an email.
Absolutely.
Kibo at kibo.com. I don't know. Kibo.cat.
Yeah, you have data, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you can send an email.
Just to be like, try to make it back to the ship before we leave. Let me know if you're in trouble.
You will eventually get an email back that is just an image of Ken has cheeseburgers.
Awful.
I guess the pleasure of dome works for Kibo too then. Maybe he found himself in a cool website.
Yeah, so you get to spend some time there. Tegan, you're having a grand old time.
Just a grand old time.
Yeah, let's make some rolls here on I'm not gonna dictate what Tegan's into, but
You are now.
yeah. I mean, do I use a hurt them more for this scene? I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like it would fit. I feel like it would fit this scene.
Right.
Hurt Tegan
Right.
more. What?
But yeah, Tegan's having a great time. Is Tegan injured at all?
He is
Like before this?
Yeah, she has 3 levels of bashing.
Cool. She is no longer injured.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me more.
Nope. This is healing pain apparently.
I love it. I love it. Amazing.
And give me a perception and awareness difficulty of 6.
Okay. That's 2 successes.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It you get that kind of slightly weird. It's almost like oil slicky feeling, like not in the good way when you oil the joints that need it or whatever, but kind of a little slimy. But you're also having a really good time, so you're like, and now you feel good. So okay.
Yeah. This is probably. Yeah, this is a. Put it in the back of the mind for later. Kind of. This is a future Tegan problem, not a current Tegan problem. Is kind of
Right.
the mentality over there.
Yeah.
While there's
And give me
sounds in the background.
one more perception and awareness.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Okay. Tegan just has a bunch of sensor bars in her screen right now. This is for YouTube here. 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all you notice. And yeah, they basically your new playmates will play as long as Tegan would like.
Cool. I think at some point she's gonna remember that she was looking for Heather and lost Nolan, and is probably like, okay, I'm good now. I should probably head out, but thank you, and
It was our pleasure. Come back soon.
I shall. The pleasure was definitely mine.
And Tegan leaves?
Yep.
Cool. Where does Tegan want to go now?
I think Tegan wants to find Heather, is the main thought in her mind.
Okay, cool.
So she's like, Heather. Don't know if this will work, but she's thinking, I want to find Heather.
Excellent. Yeah, you open the door and you walk into the hallway, and the hallway seems to have 2 doors connected to it. The one you just walked out of and one down at the end.
Okay, let's see what's behind door number 2. And Tegan will start walking towards door number 2.
Perfect. And you head through that door, and just gonna make sure that this works. It does work. Look at that. And yeah, walk into a council chamber like room that has 2 circular or semicircular tiers of tables and a lectern and a giant stone chair and a Heather who seems to be pulling the lectern apart.
What you doing, Heather?
She's really focused on what she's doing, I think.
Earth to Heather. Tegan's gonna just like slowly walk up behind, being like, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm right behind you, though. Don't
Can you
touch
pass me that?
Okay, good. You actually noticed my presence. Yeah, what do you want me to
When you're
pass
talking
you?
constantly like that, it's kind of hard to miss. Can you pass me that over there? That's that piece. I need to put this piece back in.
Okay.
Yeah, that panel. It should be like
Yeah.
have like a weird like L-shaped bracket. And then I need the. I think I left my Phillips head screwdriver over there. It sort of rolled off.
Okay. Yeah. It's over. How did it roll all the way over there? God damn.
I
Here.
don't know. Someone made screwdrivers round.
Yeah. Right. Why?
She's just like not even looking at Tegan and starts like screwing pieces back together and is slowly putting, I think it reassembling parts of this that she's taken apart.
So, your definition of pleasure is taking things apart. Cool. Did you find anything?
Yeah, I found these. What do the tasks look like? What exactly are they? Like, is this like a bunch of rocks? Does she have a handful of pebbles?
I got some.
And this, yeah, because of the way this room is
That's what I
structured,
found.
yeah. They actually, yeah, they look just like a bunch of pebbles. I was gonna give you information,
maybe
like,
like
nope,
a
don't
pen
know that
or
yet.
like or a pencil or something like that. Like, is there like probably someone's like bobby pin that like someone dropped at one point that's like been inundated? So it's like a bunch of junk and some rocks. Like, yeah, but look what I found.
Yeah.
So, well worth it.
You see Nolan anywhere? I think we should maybe get
No?
Nolan to.
Were you with him?
We got separated.
Well,
I
if he's
walked
away, if
into
you
a
don't-
room
me
and
say anything about
lost him. And it took a while to get out of the room. It was a very complicated room.
It's like an escape room?
In a way, there was some obstacles in that room, and people definitely maybe would have had a hard time escaping if wanting to.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know.
I once did a jungle-themed escape room when I was in college.
This was more, think dungeon kind of themed, actually.
Well, that sounds really interesting.
It was very interesting.
We should try that sometime.
I would love to take you sometime. I think that would be cool. I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay, so let's go find Nolan.
Yeah, let's go find Nolan. Yeah, totally.
Can Tegan give me a perception and awareness?
Yeah, yes, I can. Oh goodness, what's my difficulty?
6.
Okay, cool. I rolled 1 success.
Cool. It takes you a second because you've just been so, relaxed and enjoying other senses for the last little while. But as you're preparing to leave, you get that sort of tingly sensation of this room is filled with primal energy. And suddenly the junk in Heather's hand makes a little bit more sense.
Okay, you haven't lost your mind. Oh, good. I'm glad.
I didn't think we'd been here that long.
Just was wondering why you're collecting random rocks, but I see it now. I see it.
Primal energy.
Yeah, I
This
see
place
it now.
is filled with it. And like she's got her goggles on and everything too, so it's like that kind of like
Good. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I just saw you holding rocks and I had bobby pins and like, why is there a chewed pen cap?
well no, I don't know why the energy attaches to these kinds of objects. They're just here in the area, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's like that's handy.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Nolan. So, I found you by thinking that I wanted to find you. So maybe if we both think about finding Nolan, maybe we can find him.
Makes as much sense as anything. Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
Maybe we should hold hands so we don't get separated.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. You know what? Even better, and Tegan's just gonna suddenly look at an arm that still has like a pair of handcuffs on it. Let's just make sure that we can't escape each other, and she'll put the other handcuff on. Heather,
Do you have a key
is
for
in the
this?
escape room.
That's cool.
That got matter. It's fine.
I didn't think
can
they'd give
probably-
you souvenirs to take home, but like, I guess if it's a pleasure dome, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Great. Yep, so handcuffed together. You leave this room thinking of wanting to find Nolan?
Yeah.
Well, I never did figure out what this bolt was for. I hope it wasn't from anything important. Some of the pieces putting that podium together were not the most logical, so I may have improvised on the reassembly plan, but I definitely streamlined it.
Huh. Cool. You know what? It's always good to leave this place better than when we found it, right? It's a good
As if I'd leave with
Motto.
something I worked on worse. Professional pride.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
You walk through the door and find yourself in a hallway. It looks kind of like the original hallway you came down before you went into the cafeteria. And actually, as you look back at the door, it says cafeteria.
Huh.
Interesting.
Weird. Okay. Let's try that door.
Okay, and you go through another door.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of Nolan.
Nolan.
Cool. You go through that door and you find yourself in... Actually, Heather, you kind of recognize it as a door you looked through earlier. It's probably the Lotus Hall. It looks like, you know, a bunch of people doing drugs and stuff. But you don't see you don't see Nolan because it's hazy and it's dark, but maybe he's here. Drugs are kind of his thing, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Nolan! No. No. Okay.
Yeah, both of you give me perception and awareness. Difficulty 6.
Okay. Oh, there's no successes. Tegan fails, but no botch, but Tegan
2.
fails.
Cool. I'm going to spend that something good happens. You sense, Heather, eyes turning towards you, the eyes of the people in this room. And you get that kind of weird oil slicky chill down your spine. And you think that something other than drugs is happening here, and these people are wrong.
Maybe we should leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a bad vibe. And I don't usually get vibes unless there's like a problem.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the people in the crowd start to stand up and move in your direction.
They're not quite right here. Not to be an alarmist or anything, but
No, it's fine. That's fine.
we should probably, and as Heather's saying this, she's like starting to like back up out of the room.
Yep.
Yeah, we should probably go. But think about Nolan as we are. That's probably how this will work.
Yep. Let's think about Nolan.
Yeah, if anything, like Nolan, save us, please.
Help.
And once they get out the door, Heather's slamming the door shut.
Okay, as you two exit what you think is the Lotus Hall, you wind up back in the original hallway. And I'm going to go back to Nolan for a little bit. And ask for a perception and awareness roll right off the bat. Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I got it. I impossibly got it. Does astute matter?
Yes.
6 successes.
Nice. You, as you're talking, and you just came to the realization that she said she's been alone.
You're the only one here.
And as you say that, you realize that through your knowledge of mind abilities, that she has blocked you off from the rest of the pleasure dome using her mind.
This isn't how you treat people, Mariana.
What do you mean?
Closing yourself off? Closing others off? You're deliberately keeping me from my friends.
But they wouldn't understand.
How do you know? How do you know that nobody will understand, or how do you think that I understand?
Because I can see and hear, and she'll reach out and just not touch you, but gesture to like your heart and then gesture to your head, and I can see and hear.
Mm-hmm.
You're like I was once. Lost. Broken.
I am not broken. I'm who I am.
Is that the lie you tell yourself?
Is you saying that you're no longer broken the lie you tell yourself?
But I found purpose. Out here.
Alone.
Purpose that I didn't have before.
I'm afraid that I can't be part of that purpose. Not like this.
That's a shame.
But I want to help you. Will you let me help you?
You want to help me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you need help. I don't like seeing people suffer.
But what if I'm not suffering?
What if you are?
Very well. I accept your offer of help.
Here. Hold on to this.
She's going to reach out and grab it. Okay.
And that is the one that is laced with a lot of happies.
Indeed.
And he is going to smile and present it completely natural. And I would like to remind you of my merit. Perfect liar.
Yep. Absolutely. And yeah, she grabs it and looks at it, this is supposed to help me.
It's a start. Why do you feel compelled to make an entire population here? What purpose does this serve you?
It allows me to feel less alone.
But you're still alone, right?
I am.
You know that's okay, right?
How long have you been alone?
Not nearly as long as you. Only about 8 years?
There comes a point where you do anything to not be alone.
Then come back.
I can't.
Why not?
Because coming back would destroy me.
Maybe not, though. Maybe there are ways. There's a significant amount of research into the dimensional anomaly. There are a number of operatives who can go beyond the gauntlet. There are techniques, there are void ships that have found ways around it.
Well, maybe. It would take significant energy to get back.
Well, what else are you using this place for? This is all created, right? There's probably a lot of, what do you call it, quintessence here.
There is.
I don't know what you're going through specifically. I don't know why you're alone. But I know that loneliness isn't something that you can solve just by surrounding yourself with people. Your loneliness is part of you, and just keeping someone around is just going to make you codependent. You have to fix it yourself. And tell you what, I am absolutely happy to forget about any barriers between the Technocracy and the traditions. You can come back. I'll take you out for a coffee. We can go see a movie or something as friends. I'll treat. I hope you like superheroes. There's a lot of superhero movies now. I missed that in my earlier speech. It's mostly superhero movies now. Oh, but the kid from Indiana Jones won an Oscar, which is pretty cool. From Temple of Doom. Shorty.
Interesting.
Short round.
That's certainly tempting.
Well, aren't you all about giving in to temptation?
Yes, but... well, It's been a long time since something so tempting has come up.
You should jump at it then.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps
Usually.
I have been away too long. Maybe there are things that can be done to allow me to return.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception and alertness roll.
He's waiting for the butt. He's waiting for the butt. He's waiting for the butt. Perception and alertness. That is a 10.
Difficulty 6. Yeah.
I did it. I did it a big one. I did a big one.
Much.
I did a Markiplier size. 4. 4 with some ones that knocked it down to 4.
Yeah. Well, your llama is not affecting her
You're not actually
at all.
You're not actually here though, are you? You're
Am
the
I actually anywhere?
No, you're the entire space station. The llama was a way to prove that.
I'm here enough.
That's good. Well, I think I should probably be going though.
Very well. Would you like this back?
Yeah, probably. Probably. Thank you very much. Shove it into the bag in the back of his pants again.
You will notice as you take it back that there are parts of this llama that are not as saturated with what's on there as the rest. So it's like some of it did rub off on her.
You know, 15 years ago, if you would have offered for me to defect and stay with Mariana Baldor, I probably would have said yes.
Most people would.
And it's not you. You're vivacious and gorgeous and probably a hell of a lot of fun. Probably know some great jokes.
I know the best jokes.
I am the best joke.
Just don't ask for one.
But, as great as you are, I probably need to get going. I got a job to do. Then, between us, I'm flattered, but I'm married.
That isn't an obstacle for everyone, but I respect that.
Yeah, you don't know Mick.
You may go
Thank you.
if you wish.
I appreciate your honesty and your generosity.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
Hey, I still owe you a cup of coffee.
You do.
I gotta be honest, the coffee's actually gotten a lot better. The big coffee explosion on Earth, like a big time. That Starbucks place went major, and then a bunch of little indie places went and tried to overcompete them. Now there's coffee roasting and free trade, and it's actually really great if you're a coffee fan. Tea's pretty good too now, but you know. Oh, and weed's legal a lot of places too, so you know, win one for you guys.
Indeed.
Well, bye now. And he'll get up and walk out of his
Goodbye,
office.
Nolan.
Goodbye, Mariana of Baldor.
Roll me perception and awareness as you leave.
Oh boy. God damn, I love these dice. That's 1-1. And okay, hold on. Holy. What's my difficulty?
6.
10 successes.
Holy
I might have underrolled 10s, by the way. Of those successes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, 7 of them are 10s.
Oh,
Shit.
I had 10s that
Wow,
rerolled into
okay.
10s 3 times. I also
Oh
had a
my
1, so it would have been
God.
11 successes.
cool.
And that's at difficulty of
yeah.
6, 9 at difficulty 9.
Jesus Christ.
This is the best roll I've ever made in Mage in my life.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah,
No
that's
kidding.
amazing.
Holy shit.
I think I should buy my awareness up to 5 at this point, guys.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just
Possibly.
aware.
Yeah, so you're just
Right.
like,
You have just become aware.
You know what? I should
capital
send a
A,
photo of this
aware.
to Christine. Just to be
You
like,
Yeah, you're a
should.
werewolf now.
I'm in a werewolf. Where's my phone? It's... Hold on.
Yeah, Christine is here in spirit, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, suck on that. This is my role. Beat this. Okay.
Don't challenge that.
Yeah, don't challenge.
Right.
All right, so you were saying?
Yeah. So as you reach for the handle to leave the office, you get this sudden sick feeling in your stomach. And suddenly you're not sure whether the evil outside that door is worse than the evil that's in here with you.
So what's going on out there, Mariana? Can I call you Mariana? Should I call you Marie?
Mariana's fine.
Okay, what's that? There's something outside this door. Is this a mimic? I've played Dungeons and Dragons.
It's a choice.
Okay, between what and what? Like,
I told you. I was alone here. But then I wasn't.
oh, yeah. And that's out this door.
The offer to join is
You know what's really funny? You know what's... So you're saying that, like, I can stay here or I can go through the door? Okay.
yes.
The fun thing about choices is that people are always like, oh, you can have A or B, you can have the soup or the salad. You know what? Sometimes I just want a cup of coffee. And he's going to jump through the window.
Amazing.
No, his office is on the 3rd floor of the building. But he's just going to jump through the window. Or he's going to bounce off it. I don't know.
Yeah. Roll for Dex and Athletics.
Dex and athletics. My do I have any athletics anymore? No. So my 2 dice. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna spend that willpower point. So that's a willpower and an 8.
Cool. Yeah, you run at the window and just slam your body through it. It shatters, and you begin to fall.
Crap!
It is significantly farther than 3 floors. And you fall. And we're gonna move away from Nolan, because now Nolan's falling.
I have been
I've
falling.
been falling for 30 minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna be falling for a while. It's fine. It's fine. Oh man, that scene was so good. I forgot where I left Tegan and Heather.
We were
Backing out
left
of a
the
room.
We backed out of the room.
And just slam. And then kind of,
Right.
it's kind of, in my mind, I'm
Turning
getting this picture
around.
of them turn to look at each other and then look at the, like, what they just walked back out into.
Yeah.
Cool. You just walked back out into the hallway.
Do you think it'll change if we try it again?
I'm gonna try again. Tegan's gonna open the door. Same thing.
Okay. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if it's the same thing. You're still thinking of Nolan?
Yep.
Oh,
Cool.
sorry, I was muted there.
You open the door to to just a bunch of orgies, a giant orgy happening. It's
Okay, I
actually
don't think
an
she's
orgy
here.
that's so large that it's broken up into like sub orgies.
Where are the Dom orgies?
Well, do you see him?
Nope. Nope. Nolan. Nolan. Nolan.
And again, you get people who start to pay attention to you and then start to stand up and walk towards you. And give me a, like, actually, both of you first give me a perception and alertness at difficulty 6. And then just give me a straight intelligence at a difficulty of 6.
Okay, I botched. I got 3 2s, a 3
I'm sorry,
and a 1.
I think I took your successes because I got 4 10s.
Jesus. Take it.
Fuck! I'm sorry.
Nice. So that was perception and alertness, right? Both of you roll me intelligence difficulty of
Cool.
6
Does
as well.
analytical apply at all?
Just intelligence?
Yes.
It does.
Just
okay,
intelligence. Straight
Okay, I have
intelligence.
creative. Does that apply? I feel like
Creative
maybe
will also apply, which seems weird, but it's coming at it from 2 different angles.
Cool. 3 successes. There we go.
What did you say the difficulty for this one was?
6.
2 successes.
Cool. So yeah, both of you get that, or well, Heather, you get that icky feeling again of just like something is wrong here.
Maybe it's stale air.
Tegan, you don't get it so much, but what both of you realize is the way that they're moving towards you feels like it's a weird thought, but maybe they're like zombies because they're moving kind of weird.
Oh boy. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. You're gonna just see Tegan start freaking out just a little bit. Oh no.
What?
I had sex with zombies. Anyway, let's just close that door.
No. You're not. You just close the door and please come back to how you just said what? Explain. Was it consensual?
Well, I mean, yeah. I had sex with people. It was great sex, but they're zombies, I guess. What? What'd you say?
Can zombies consent?
Let's not bring that into here. They're figments of her imagination.
Okay.
And I hear some people are into that.
Yep. I just I wasn't expecting that today. They were very good, but
So clearly this door seems to be a bust.
yeah, let's go back to the cafeteria door that says cafeteria and think of Nolan.
Give me one more just straight intelligence check from both of you.
Does analytical apply?
Analytical does, creative does not.
Okay. What was the difficulty?
6.
Botch.
Yeah, Heather is like,
If this was
What?
Chronicles of
It's just
Darkness, you would have
stuck
so
on what-
many beats.
right?
I botched. Amy botched.
Oh,
You
man.
botched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, oof.
Like the best part about this is that Heather's like facial like expressions aren't as animated as mine are either.
Yeah.
So just like a lot of her lines are just deadpan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Heather is still stuck on what Tegan was saying and like what the fuck. And then okay, guess we should go find Nolan. Tegan, you suddenly realize no one's thought about Mateo.
No one's thought about Mateo. You know what? We should try Mateo. See
a good idea.
Well, yeah.
Let's really hope that he's not a zombie.
I hope so. Thinking about Mateo. Okay. Give me Mateo.
You open the door and walk through, and you're back in kind of the Great Hall area, but off to one side, you're actually beside the giant pool of water you had seen. And you realize that it's a true infinity pool. It goes off the edge and just kind of exists out there. And there is someone floating in the pool. And it looks like Mateo.
Face up?
Face up.
Floating? Okay, cool. Mateo?
Huh?
How's it going, bud?
The person in the water kind of sits up, does that like sit up where they kind of fall back into the water a bit. And he's swimming and swims over towards you. Oh, hey. What's going on?
Some stuff. Have you seen Nolan at all? Did he walk through here at all?
Tegan,
Yeah.
is he a zombie?
I don't know.
How do you check if someone's a zombie? If you're to see if they're dead, would that be matter?
That would be matter. Yeah.
Oh, I can do that.
Just use entropy.
Okay, hold on. Heather goggles, tweaks a bunch of knobs, matter, entropy, get a nice sense of maybe some force to see if there's a heat signature there. One
Cool,
of the two,
yeah.
something like that. Whatever is the simplest to figure out. Is this
Yeah, I mean, matter's probably the easiest, or actually, yeah, matter's
don't
probably
have
the
life.
easiest. Just
Yeah, me neither.
oh
yeah.
matter?
And yeah, roll me your enlightenment. Difficulty of 3.
Three successes.
Nice. Not a zombie.
Well, that's a relief. Not a zombie.
Well. Okay.
So how are you doing, Mateo? You look a lot better than you were before.
The pool is nice,
And you're conscious, which is a good change.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
Well, I'm great.
I'm gonna have to deal with some stuff later, but we're trying to find Nolan and get out of here. There's something off about this place, and we should probably see if we can find him, because we can't.
That's not good.
No. So it's probably best if we can try and stick together so we don't get separated.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're feeling good and want to come out of the pool, totally would be great.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, weird, but good.
Weird how?
Something's weird about this place.
Yeah, we picked up on that too.
Yeah.
Something like zombies?
That's not good.
And also we can't find Nolan and the doors keep leading to the places that aren't
Where
helpful.
Nolan isn't. Yeah.
Maybe if we stop thinking about Nolan, we'll find him. How about we try to think, don't find Nolan?
Yes, we don't want to find Nolan.
Did Mariana talk to you guys?
Not really. No. Why? Did she talk to you?
Yeah.
What did she say?
Yeah.
She said she could fix me.
I mean, you were pretty beat up. I don't think you were actually broken.
I think I am.
What do you mean?
After we went through the anomaly, I felt like something had been torn from me. And I can't seem to do procedures anymore.
Oh.
I don't know what's wrong though.
And she said she could fix that?
Yeah.
Like re-enlighten you or something?
Or something? I don't know. I mean, if I'm really
she's
broken...
a tradition mage.
But if I can't... I don't know what to do. Just...
I mean, it's gonna be okay. You need to... I mean, if she can actually really fix you, then... That's something
Might be worth it.
Or we can try and figure out what went missing.
Yeah.
Maybe if we retrace our steps. There's a flaw in that logic. We'll workshop it. But I don't think that a tradition mage is the one to rely on.
Yeah, especially since she's
Imprecise and
been-
unpredictable.
and presumed dead for...
And possibly running a zombie brothel. Pleasure House Dome, sorry. It's not really a brothel if you're not paying for any of it. You don't look well, though.
I don't feel well. Everything feels wrong.
I'm sorry, Mateo, that... I I know the feeling. But let's see if we can try and fix you.
Maybe you should have another conversation with Nolan. He's really good at the weird feeling stuff.
He tried that before and it didn't go well.
Oh, right.
Well,
I don't know. Can you just take a look at me and see if you can figure out if anything's
I mean,
wrong?
yeah, we can take a look.
Please.
Yeah.
Heather's racking her brain trying to figure out what to apply here.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Basically, if Heather wants to, or Tegan wants to, you can pretty much just cycle through your sites. Like just roll me your Rattray a bunch of times to make sure you don't botch. It's going to be difficulty of 3.
Okay.
As long as you turn it off before you turn the next one on, kind of thing.
Okay.
Just to see if you can figure out what's wrong, and then just tell me what ones you're doing.
Okay.
So data, I got 4 successes.
Okay.
I failed on my forces roll, but I didn't botch.
Cool.
Got 2
Failed
ones in
dimensional
that.
science, but she wants to try again.
Cool. Yeah, you're like, something's wrong with your settings.
4 for
Oh,
matter,
no.
and I will try forces again.
Okay.
She basically so she started with dimensional science, failed, tried again, and botched.
Good.
2 successes for forces on the second time with an
But
increased
she's
difficulty.
Gonna
Cool.
try and flip some of the others as well.
So Tegan, you find nothing wrong with any of those spheres.
Okay.
Heather can keep going, but you do gain 2 points of paradox for the dimensional science botch.
Cool.
But you can keep going. It's just, your dimensional science setting, you snap one of the levers off. So you have to fix that before you can try again with dimensional science.
2 successes for entropy.
Okay.
1 for forces.
Okay.
1 for matter.
Mhm.
2 for prime.
Okay.
And then we'll cycle over to data just because she might as well do all of them. And if you get a 1 and a 10, what happens?
Reroll the 10.
Okay. It rolled into a 1.
You break another lever.
All right, so that was data.
Yeah. That's just a fail though, so you don't get the extra paradox. But
Well,
just because you already broke 1, you're like, ugh. So you have a couple to fix. But as you do your prime site, you look at Mateo and realize that he has no primal energy at all.
oh, that's weird.
You look through the same eyes over at Tegan, who has primal energy.
Hold this. Heather pulls one of the tasks out and puts it in Mateo's hand.
Mateo holds it and goes, What do I do with this?
Just hold it. And she's looking very intently. So she cycled back, and she's gonna try and cycle back to her prime site again.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you have that one. The rocks have have primal energy, and none of it goes into Mateo. Mateo does not. It's like looking at a dark spot on like a wall of lights. It's like there's a whole bunch of primal energy around you, and then there's this one dark spot.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that back now. She just takes, doesn't explain anything and puts it back in her pocket. Yeah, I think the dimensional anomaly did something to your integrity? Structural? Fundamental? You seem to be operating at a slightly different frequency than the rest of us.
That's not good.
No, I don't think it is.
No.
Do you know how to fix it?
Maybe once we get back to closer to our Earth, I can try and scan the Technocracy archives and database and try and find any records of this situation happening. I'm sure you're not the first person, Mateo. It's probably an easily fixable thing that probably happens all the time. But I'm just not aware of it. So I need to research.
Yes, Amy.
Heather's not saying anything at the moment, but she's trying to think through what she knows about this. Like,
Yeah.
Is this something that she thinks is even possible?
Do you have like subdimensions or like whatever? I guess it's
I have 3
cosmology.
points of cosmology, yes.
Cool. Roll me intelligence plus that.
Okay.
Difficulty of 6 because you're a void engineer.
And I'm going to spend a willpower.
Cool.
And does my creative specialty apply?
Yes, I'll say so.
Is it difficulty of 6?
Yes. Are we back to okay numbers? Including the willpower?
Two, sorry. Two, with the
Okay.
willpower. Thank you for
Cool.
reminding me.
Yeah. It takes you a few moments of thinking, because this is something that came up in some of the classes that the Void Engineers made you take, where the dimensional anomaly usually causes damage. It's about broken pieces of avatars and souls that tear through you and do immense damage to people. Every so often, it tears the genius right out of someone. Sometimes it just kills them. This is worse.
Based on what she remembers from those lectures, what if that happens, if it was worse, is it completely unfixable and they just live hollow for the rest of their lives? Is that kind of the general idea?
You don't know for sure. They didn't say that it wasn't fixable. But 2 successes is not enough to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think there's a chance, but you don't know what it would entail.
Well, it's potentially fixable. Maybe. But we don't have the equipment here to figure that out at all.
Okay.
It seems that the dimensional anomaly tears at you at a molecular, atomic level And that part of us that gives us our enlightenment and our procedures is part of that. Usually it just kills you if it does too much damage. But sometimes it
takes that part of me.
or breaks the connection or pulls it apart or misaligns it. For all I know, you just need a cellular realignment. But
Yeah, maybe it's just a wire that's off that we need to just repair, and you'll have that access again.
Right.
or you need to find that, or it's been misplaced and needs to be found, or well, I'm not really sure. A lot of it seems to be pretty hypothetical that I can remember. It's been a long time since I took those classes.
Yeah, I remember that class. The hypothetical. Right. Okay. Okay, let's find Nolan.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But ultimately, this place is not going to fix or realign anything. Might help you realign your chakras, but I don't know that that would help.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's find Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
If either of you two would like to roll a perception and empathy check, you may.
It would just be a flat perception. I have no empathy.
Yeah, me neither.
Who
Like,
needs
I'm shocked
empathy
I don't have
without
like a
an
callous
empathy?
flaw, like just like straight up, but
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
6.
One
Ooh,
success.
Yay,
Oh,
we're on
I
the
actually
same
have
page.
more dots
Yep.
than that. Okay.
We're both pretty
I mean,
not
you did
empathetic.
you did better than me. He is not entirely convinced that the Technocracy will be able to help him.
Well,
And he gets out of the pool and is he was soaking wet. He was just wearing his clothes. Was soaking wet in the pool, and then gets out of the pool and becomes instantaneously dry.
Man, you can consent water not to even be on you? Damn.
Well,
Mateo, I will say this, and I know it's not gonna sound comforting, because we're part of the Technocracy. We believe in science and we believe in fact. So,
and reproducible results.
yes. Hoping for a miracle and magic as what Mariana might have given to you is something that gives people a lot of hope. And hope is great for a short term, but then it doesn't work. So just consider the fact that doing things a technocratic way is science and reproducible and facts. And we're not going to bullshit you with hope and juju. So it's
but
not good, but there's a chance.
Sometimes hope is all that you can hold on to. And Mateo is going to start walking off towards a door, and look back to you two in a like, "Are you following?" kind of way. So he's not leaving you two; he's just walking off.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Great, and I'm actually going to call game there because I would like to put Nolan through his seeking before next game.
I've been falling into this seeking. Wow.
Oh my goodness
Good job, Jen.
gracious.
Good job.
That was
Thank you.
amazing.
Also, yeah, chat. I love the juxtaposition of the music and the serious scenes. That's why I just
It's
told
great.
Kelly to leave it on loop.
Leave it on loop, Kelly.
I love that none of us are really like people.
None of us are people.
Right?
People are people.
And then there's Heather, who's just like, well, no, because I mean, sometimes hope is really useful because you hope that your hypothesis will pan out, and if it's wrong, then you have to recalculate and hope that you figured it out this time. So hope is kind of useful because otherwise you just give up on your hypothesis.
True.
Yeah.
But she's just kind of like running through this in her head, but there's no expression.
Yeah. So I am going to give you all a nice meaty 6 XP.
Oh boy.
That's 5 for the game and 1 for what was bought for you last night
I'm gonna
or
buy
the other night.
data 4. Yay!
I'm gonna go find my old character sheet file and figure out how much XP I have.
That's probably
good.
I haven't figured out how
That's
to buy
probably useful.
anything.
All right, so I'll have 3 XP left from that. And to choose a specialty for data, which I will
Yes.
do
Data.
in the month.
For some days.
And next time we shall continue the Pleasure Dome.
It's so
Woo.
pleasurable.
Help, Christine, help!
We need it so much.
Oh yeah. The beginning of next game is going to be what Sophia went through. So you know how you've been going through doors?
Yeah.
She left through a door.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Never use a door, folks.
Oh,
Never use a door.
Yep.
Oh, that's
boy.
great.
How much is it to buy up an attribute?
Times 4, times 5.
Yeah,
times 4.
times 4. I was looking at this
Oof,
yesterday.
Okay, I have to. Wait, no, hold on. So it's current rating times 4.
Yeah.
So if I have, for example, perception 3, and I want to go to perception 4,
It's 12.
it'd be 12.
Mhm.
Do
Yep.
that. Could do that. Or I can stare at my spears and decide if I want to buy any of them up. I'm gonna have to
Cool.
think about this.
You
Yeah,
should.
think about it. You've got time.
You do. So
Yeah,
here's
got
the
it.
spiel. A big thank you to all of you patrons right now over on Patreon. Y'all are amazing, and you got to see this game 3 months in advance. If you want to tune in tomorrow night, it is the broadcast of episode 2 over on Twitch. So look how far you are. You're 4 episodes ahead. That's a lot. A big thank you to all of you, including our divine producers, Jan and Bob Kessler, our demonic producer, Precarious, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, Ink Goblin, Entity Isaacs, the High Council of the Patreon, Taryn, Dustin, Cubby Gummy, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Drew Thompson, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, Mike Baxter, and Kaylin Whitebeard. You're all awesome. You're great. Anything else you want to say, Jen?
I don't. Well, actually, yeah. If you're checking this out later when it's on YouTube, because I know all these Patreon folk know about my podcast. But if you're checking us out later on YouTube, yeah, I have a podcast. It's called Paradox, a Mage the Ascension podcast, available wherever you can find podcasts, pretty much, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a podcast that goes through things like how to play mage and the different things you can do with the forces sphere, which came out a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, and next week will be the life sphere. And as I'll keep going through all the spheres and giving tips on how to use them, how to potentially use them coincidentally, which is always nice, and other rules and mechanics as I come across them. And sometimes there's guests like Kelly.
Why is this haircut working on me? It's weird.
It is weird.
Right?
It's weird how good it is.
It's pretty good. Like, not when it's down, but when it's tied back. Like, this is kind of cute.
Yeah.
I look like a disheveled professor, but that's how I feel, so that works out.
But yeah, that's all I've got. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Same mage time, same mage channel, different mage month.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.